Hello crafters, and welcome back to continue with our project. So while I was offline, let me show you. So this is the frame we've made before with the chipboard. I cut another frame that will be here once we finalize, just like we cut the one that we used to just cover the chipboard. And then what I would like you to do is to cut two pieces of cardstock at 8 and 7/8 by 5 and 1/8. So 8 and 7/8 by 5 and 1/8. Then I would like you to cut two strips of Tyvek at 8 and 7/8 by 3/4, and then apply a 1/4 of an inch tape on both sides, so the middle is uncovered, right? So 1/4 of an inch and a 1/4 of an inch on both pieces, and then another two tiny pieces of Tyvek, and this measures 1/2 inch by 3/4, so 1/2 inch by 3/4, both of these two pieces. I'm gonna put the Tyvek on the side because now we are going to work on our two pieces of cardstock. What I'm going to do, I'm going to take our scoring board, and I'm going to score these both pieces at 1/2 inch. Half inch and 1/2 inch. I'm going to bend it on the score line, and I'm going to burnish it. Okay, next step, I'm going to apply 3/8 of an inch tape. So I'm applying tape on the flap. So this is the flat, this is how we scored it down, and the tape is on the outside, yes? Okay. Next step is I would like you to mark the middle of this piece. Let me grab a pencil, but I would like you to measure from the, so don't take into consideration the flap, right? So measure from the score line to the edge and mark down the middle. So we've got 4 and 5/8 from the score line to the edge, so that's 4 and 5/8, and give me 1 second. Sorry about that, my husband wanted to talk to me. Okay, so 4 and 5/8, so score the half of that, what would be? So 4.5 would be 2 1/4, so somewhere in the middle between 2 1/4 and 2 3/8. Okay, let's do the same on the other side. So 2 1/4 and right in the middle line between 2 1/4 and 2 3/8. That's your center, that's your middle line. Do the same for both of them. Now I would like you to draw a line. This is to help you, to guide you. And same with this one, draw a line. Great. Next step is to take your round corner, and I would like you to round the corners at a 1/4 of an inch. So we are using the 1/4 of an inch corner rounder, and when you do it on the flap side, have the flap bent like that, see? So the flap was bent when I rounded up the corner. Do the same on both. Okay, what I would like you to do next, bring in the frame, the one that one more step. Take 1/2 inch tape and apply it here where you drew the middle line, making sure it was straight. Now take your frame, and the side that we marked as the wrong side to be facing you, and the what was it, 7/8? Yeah, the 7/8. No, sorry. Actually, it's like this. Sometimes I look at the video and while I'm working, and that throws me off. And the 5/8 of an inch side to be at the bottom and at the top. Place your papers in the middle, and let's see, just try and eyeball it. So make sure that your frame is straight on your work surface, and I'm going to use the lines on my mat to make sure that I'm straight. Oops, sorry about that. Making sure this is straight, and now just eyeball it so that these are in the center, and to get, but they're not touching each other, so I can see the mat all the way around, and also here in the middle I can see the mat. Okay, what I'd like you to do now, okay, we can rearrange. Remove that tape backing. Once again, make sure that your frame and your pieces are nicely centered with like a 1/16 of an inch border around the cardstock on all sides. take your wire and apply it in the middle, and again I'm going to just eyeball it to make sure that the sides that sit on the frame are equal on both sides. Okay, now press it down to catch on the paper on the cardstock. If the cardstock moves, make sure that you put it back. Okay, now take some tape. I use 3/8. Now you know what, I'm gonna use 1/2 inch tape. And apply it at one end. Apply it in such a way so it's past the end of the wire, right? Okay. Try not to move it. Okay. Going to do the same with the other end. We are going to do the exact same thing on the other side, making sure that this is nice and straight. Removing the tape, bring your wire, put it right there in the middle, make sure that it's as equal as possible on both sides, on the edges. Press it down to stick on your cardstock. If you feel that your cardstock moved, rearrange it. Okay, and just sit up a little bit, making sure that I'm nice and straight. Okay, and once again the edges of this wire sit on the wider part of the frame, the one that is 7/8. Okay, let me take some tape, give this down, apply it at just moved. Okay, apply it on one end. Now take your Tyvek, remove the tape backing, and you're gonna use this Tyvek to cover the wire, but the wire to fall here where there is no tape. And as we know, Tyvek, it's well known to have a mind of its own, so we gotta make sure that it's not too bubbly. It has a tendency to wrinkle like that, just it there, but it's okay. Okay, let's do the same with the other piece of Tyvek. looks that I've stretched a little bit, so I am going to use scissors to Tyvek also has a tendency to stretch, so I'm going to cut a little bit here. So far so good. So when this frame will sit on our how do you call it, on our page, right, it will be the, how do you call it, the wider sides are going to be the top and the bottom of the page. Wait. No, like this, okay. But right now what I would like us to do, remember those two magnets that we put at the beginning? This is the time when we have to find their match on the page, on our scrapbook page. So I'm bringing my scrapbook page in, making sure that I'm opening the right way, so it has to open towards the left, right? I'm going to have the matching magnets, and these magnets are 3/8 of an inch, but the thickness is 1/32 of an inch. Let's find the magnets. See, these magnets are so well put that there it goes, and the opposite. Okay, put tape on it. Oh, great. Oh, the tape got stuck to my finger. So bring in our scrapbook page with a flap opening to the left, and this frame will be with the wider sides are going to be the top and bottom, okay, but the flaps will have to be towards right. See, so the flaps are towards the right side, right and right side, and the frame is going to see like this. Okay, so let's remove the tape backing from the magnets. What's my So now I'm turning it once again. The wider sides are top and bottom, and those flaps are both towards right. Okay. Now I'm going to center this to the page before I press down so the magnets stick. I think I'm good. Okay, both magnets are down. cover them so they don't shift around. Let's test it now. Yep, I can already feel it, and like this it will stay, the frame stays, so when you turn the page it doesn't flip or anything like that. And in order for me to remember how I put these magnets, what I like to do, so I don't think too much about it, use my pencil and make an arrow. So this is down and this is up. D and U for up. This is just see, an arrow down, down, and an arrow up with U for up. Okay. So next step is to burnish these flaps well. And before we attach this to the page, like I said, I made another frame to cover all the way around. So we're going to attach that before we go ahead to attaching this to the scrapbook page. So we are going to do it in the same manner. I'm going to remove the tape. Okay, now we are going to remove the tape from the wires. And I'm gonna cover this with a little bit of Tyvek. Those tiny little pieces of Tyvek, this is where I'm gonna put them. And the half an inch width, see to the half an inch width of the tape. Okay. Oh, I should have cut 4 of those. What's wrong with me? Ha ha ha. So let me cut 2 more pieces. So you're going to need 4 of these. Half an inch by 3/4. Okay. The purpose here is to sit on top of the wire, not necessary to cover the entire tape. Okay. Press down to, you don't need to use to burnish it with a bone folder. You want to have a little bit of loose space there, so that it allows the swiveling back and forth. Okay, so now I'm ready to apply the final frame of this. So just like we did the last time, and again I'm going to have to remember that, remember we did those arrows, so D foot down, it's on my right side, okay? And I'm going to mark that right after I apply this. Again, I'm gonna fill the sides without pressing down first. Without pressing down, I'm just filling the sides to make sure it fits. Okay, I'm going to write again here with an arrow and down. Okay. Okay, now I'm pressing down. Now I'm confident. I'm going to remove the rest of the tape backing. And now I'm going to slowly press it down. Once again, I'm just feeling the sides right now to make sure it fits on top. Same here, because see here it buckles up, to make sure if it's nice and straight. I'm not pressing down, it's just very slowly making the cardstock match the frame. And now I'm ready to press it down properly. I'm gonna use my bone folder. Don't know what happened here, it's coming apart a little bit and I don't like that. No, it's not, it's just my imagination. Okay. Some of the tape is showing, I forgot to check to make sure that the tape is not it's bent on the inside, so I'm just gonna use some ink to make sure that everything is covered. Then it looks nice. Okay, all good there. So now I'm almost ready to attach this on my scrapbook page. So I'm gonna bring the page in, just making sure everything sits down nicely. And here I've just noticed I have a little bit of Tyvek showing. See there? I'm gonna cut that out. So check on those two. There's still a little bit showing, so oops. Okay, good. So let me see what I marked. This is arrow down, default down, and wait, what? No, there it goes. And I can feel the magnets already taking my page in. So the next step is remove the tape backing from the flaps, and this is the last step. Oh, come on. hold them up like this a little bit so they don't, just allow the magnets to find the perfect place for your frame. And now you are ready to glue it onto your page. And there you have it. There you go. Look how beautifully it works. And when it sits down, this will be held by the you can open it up in order to burnish. Beautiful. So your page opens like this. This is your frame and this is your mechanism. Now thing is, when I calculated this, I have 2 extra pictures for the pictures that I want to put on this page, and in order to reflect those 2 pictures, I'm gonna create some tags that will go from one side of the frame to the other, and will kind of lock this mechanism in place. Because you have the magnets, you don't have to do this extra step. I'm only doing it because I have 2 extra pictures that I need to put on this page. But if you don't, if you want to follow like me, just do it like me. But if you don't, you can stop here and start matting and applying your pictures. Of course, I'm going to show you how I'm going to finalize this page, just in case you want to follow the same steps as me, and we are going to do that in the next video. Goodbye for now.